we have a really rich, power-packed session tonight, and I think you're going to enjoy it a lot. We'll start in just a few minutes. We'll give a little break for those that are logging in late. As we wait, if you would like to go to our blog, the Posterous blog that we put together for Stomper Mobile, the one that's called Mobile Marketing Resources, Strategies, and Good Mobile Stuff. If you'll go there, the web address is mobile-marketing-resources.posterous.com. And when you get there, you'll see a pretty interesting article. See if I can make this a little bigger. If you look at the top of the screen, if you'll go to mobile-marketing-resources.posterous.com, okay, someone said they're not seeing my screen. Are you seeing my screen now? Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. Okay, very good. Okay, well, let's get started. Let me pull up the right screen so that our video looks nice from the beginning. And hopefully you can still see my screen. Just if all of a sudden you can't see my screen, just type into the message box and let me know so that we don't have some of these problems. Okay. Okay. All right, so we are at Stomper Mobile session number 6. Can you believe it? 6 sessions of material, and I've heard nothing but, boy, Dan, this is like every session is like more than I can believe or more than I can handle, and I do appreciate all the compliments and testimonials and reviews that you've shared with me. And I've heard a lot of success stories, which is really neat. A lot of people are breaking out, making some headway in your business, in your mobile sites, some people doing consulting. I've got people working with chambers of commerce, corporations, boy, you name it. I have heard a lot of stories, and I think it's just wonderful. What we're going to try to do today, let's see, someone is asking, hold on one second. One second here. Just a second. Okay. All right. I think I'm fine. Okay. Okay. So anyway, what I want to do first is I'm going to take a little sidetrack from my actual presentation, and I want to go and take a look at a post that I just made. Actually, it's a copy of a post that was over on Fast Company's site. And I put it up in our Mobile Marketing Resources blog. This is the blog where you can add resources and information if you like, and we've talked about it in many of the sessions. But anyway, here's what's up. It was released today, and it is called Square Up, or Square. And it's at squareup.com, but here it is in a nutshell. In fact, we'll actually go over to Square Up, squareup.com. Okay, what this is it gives you, anyone, a business, it doesn't matter, the ability to turn your iPhone or your Android phone into a mobile merchant account. This is kind of like PayPal or AuthorizeNet on steroids, only it's on your mobile. It is absolutely awesome. In fact, it is so incredible. I think this is going to cause a real turmoil, a tipping point in e-commerce just everywhere. It's just hard to believe this thing does what it does. But what you need to do is if you have an Android phone or an iPhone, you need to go to the Apple store or to the Android app store and get the application. It is totally free, and just do a search for Square, S-Q-U-A-R-E, on your iPhone or your Android phone, and download the app. Again, this is free. You will have to fill out a few things on your phone. I'm actually going to go ahead and press this, get started here. You'll have to fill out a few things on your phone. And then once that is done, it activates your phone. Then you can come back to the website and you can actually sign in. All right? Now, they will then send you this cool little thing. I wish I could find a picture of it. I think maybe it's over here. This cool little thing that you plug in. Maybe it's here. I don't see a picture of it. I'm sorry. But it's this cool little thing that you plug into the audio jack on your mobile phone, and it allows you to swipe credit cards, and it processes them right there on the spot. It allows cash transactions. It allows, much like PayPal does, it allows transactions on every single credit card that you can possibly name, and it is extremely reasonable as far as the percentage that they charge. What I'd like for you to do is just go to the Mobile Marketing Resources blog and read this article, okay? Read it, and then when you get down to the bottom, make sure that you click on the link that says Read Now, because that will take you to another related article over at Fast Company. And you can read through this. There's a little movie here that you can take a look at, some examples. You get receipts. And I don't know if you've ever been in an Apple store to buy something. You know how they don't have a cash register anywhere? There's just people wandering around the store. They've got these mobile things where they do the transaction. Well, now you've got it. You can do this at a garage sale. You can do it at a business. You can do it literally anywhere. You can use it for collecting donations. Or let's say you're at an event and you're just walking around. You literally could be selling things to people as you walk around, or collecting donations for a fundraiser or something as you walk around, or as people come in the door. All you do is pull out your mobile phone. They give you the credit card. You swipe it with this little doggle thing that goes into your phone. I know there's a picture here of it someplace. Maybe if I sign in, you can actually see it. Let's see. Okay, here's my account here. I just got it today. This just opened up today. Let's see what's here. Okay, no, it doesn't show it. Someplace it does. I saw it about. Maybe it's here. Yeah, there's pictures of them right there. They just plug into your into your phone. Really, really cool. Maybe this is a picture coming in here. Anyway, this you've got to have. And here's another great thing. If you're a consultant for a business, you can go out to a business and you can say, hey, you could be using this right in your store. You could use it at an arts and crafts fair. You can literally use it anywhere where there is a connection to the internet, be it Wi-Fi or G3 or G4 or whatever it is that you've got, and be able to do transactions. So anyway, I'm really excited about it, and even though today isn't the day to talk about mobile e-commerce, we're going to cover that in greater depth in a later session. Because it came out today and because this is so incredible, I just had to share it with you. Okay, now, And again, the web address is squareup.com. Squareup.com. Pretty cool stuff. Okay. Now, what we're going to talk about today is integrating everything together. Okay, let me find my thing here. Okay. Okay, by the way, someone just sent in that he was a part of the beta on the Square Up prior to its release today, which is really good. Drop me an email. I'd love to know more. But anyway, it says that they used it at a trade show and processed over 5,000 transactions with no trouble. It's about 3% fee plus a small transaction amount that goes on each time. I think it's like 15 cents or 35 cents. I can't remember. And this person says they've actually used it. Actually, it's Mike Shiflett, or Shiflett. He's actually used it for about 4 months. So I'm really excited about it. That sounds great. 5,000 transactions with no trouble. Can you imagine a trade show or a fundraiser with that in your hand? Unbelievable. Okay, now what we're going to do tonight is we're going to put together a lot of pieces so that everything that I've talked about up through sessions 1 through 5, begins to gel together. And I spent a lot of time this week, and actually I've spent a lot of time over the last couple of years collecting a lot of resources and things, but I just didn't have it organized well enough to hand out until this week. And this week I kind of did it, as you'll see in a moment, and I'm really giving you just a treasure trove of resources, of which the first is the directory of SMS providers. I know in the forums a lot of people have asked if I could recommend other SMS services. In other words, systems like Mobilize Us, Aqua 360, Trumpia, Stompercast, all of the various SMS providers that you might want to consider. As a teacher of this training program, I'm not particularly recommending any single one more than another because it really depends on a number of variables. Depends on what type of campaigns you're going to be running. Depends on what country or region that you're located in. There are variables that will cause you to pick one type of SMS provider over another. But these are the systems that you pay, kind of like Aweber or iContact, in order to manage your text message list building and the sending of messages out. So what we have here is a directory of SMS providers. All right, now let's take an actual look at it. Okay, right here. Okay. I'm not going to go through every one of these, but what I've tried to do is give you the name of the company, its linked, and then just a quick paragraph. Sometimes it's just pulled from their site so that you can get a feel for what this is and pick out some that you may want to check out. Now, just because an SMS provider is on this list doesn't mean that I've gone over there and kicked the tires and tested it, and I think it's just a wonderful thing. What this list is a combination of many sites. I'd say maybe about 20-25% of them I've actually explored and played around with. And then the other 75%, I've seen them out there, and I've taken a quick look at their site, and I felt they were worthy of being on this list. If, as you go through this, you find any that you think are not good, then let me know. I can eliminate them. If you happen to bump into any others that you think I should have on this list, then that too is fine. You can just drop me an email or post it in the Stomper mobile forum, and I'll be glad to add it. So this is a 6-page list. I actually didn't count them, but there's probably at least 100 or so SMS providers, and this is for U.S., Canada, India, UK, Europe, Australia, gosh, where else? Singapore, Hong Kong, and other systems that are global or worldwide systems. So if you can't find it here, you can't find something here that would fit your needs, then there's probably not a system out there for you. But I do know that there are some systems that I probably have missed, and if you stumble upon them or you know any, let me know, and I can certainly add them. I've included my email address up here at the top. If you want to email them to that particular email address, that would be fine, or any other way that you've been able to communicate with me before. So that's that on the SMS list. This, by the way, is in the Stomper portal. And in fact, let's see here. Let's see if we've got the portal up. Yeah, I want to get the portal up. Let's go to here's the StomperNet portal. Oh, geez, I got to log in. I haven't had to log in in a long time. Okay. Okay. So here's the portal. We'll click right there. And if you click where it says Media, you can see all of these files here. There's probably, what is there? There's about 8 or 9 of them have been uploaded within the last 30 minutes, and they're all related to tonight's program. Now, a lot of what I'm sharing with you tonight is so content-rich that you know, there's some training here, obviously, but a lot of it is explaining to you how this will all work together so that you can then jump into all these documents and begin to see what a treasure trove of things that you've got to work with. Okay, so let's take a look at the next item. The next item, directories and resources for mobile. Now, in our last session, we talked about a little bit of SEO and how to get your site found in the search engines and search directories. And I gave you links within the presentation to many of the primary resources. Well, this is a PDF document that includes all of that plus a lot more, okay? Some of the secondary directories and things of that nature. So there's an awful lot here. Let's take a look at that resource. Okay, here it is. This is the PDF document that you'll be able to download in Stomper Mobile. And again, we'll get this all positioned on my screen real nice. Okay, so right here we have the directories and resource links, and you'll see over here in, where is it? In the portal area, it's right here. Okay. Okay, but back on the PDF, what we have at the top are all of the key Google links that I've gone through over the, mostly in last week's session, of where you need to go and integrate your information, your links, and your pictures and things of that nature, okay? We've got the business and personal profiles. We've got the coupons, Google Places, which is the new name for Google Business Central. Used to be Google Business Central, now it's Google Places. Google Tags, where you buy the little icons that go on the maps. Google Photos, where people come to your actual business from Google and take pictures of the inside of your location and put them up on Google, or you can send them in yourself. Google Barcodes, favorite places. I didn't cover it much last week, but another important link, mobile site maps. These actually, both of these two links here will show you how to create site maps so that Google will better spider your mobile sites and list them properly. So you've got that. We also talked about last week the white label providers. They're included here. We talked about mobile search directories. There they are. These are all the same ones that were in the slides last week. But this is new. This page here, we have more mobile directories that you can go and submit your sites to. Okay? And at the bottom, create your own mobile directories. If you happen to be involved or find a niche that there is not a directory yet, or you come up with some type of an idea in order to begin to collect people's mobile sites into a directory, these are scripts that you can get. Some are inexpensive, some cost a little more, but there are 4 scripts there that I've previewed, and I would recommend any of those. Take a look at these, and there may be an opportunity for you. Again, it's almost like the beginning of the Internet. There are some directories out there, but believe me, the ones I listed here and the ones that are listed up here, that's about it. You know, there's still a really, really open market for especially niche directories. So if you're in a niche, go ahead and start the directory. That way you'll be able to control your entire niche for mobile. Okay, the next thing that we covered last week was the consumer-oriented mobile search engines. The links are there, tab 2 for info and what have you. And then down here, the vertical sectors and catalogs. I did mention Gumio last week. One I didn't mention is this Fresh platform. A little pricey. I think it's $2,000 or $3,000 in order to use their system, but it is an extremely advanced mobile storefront that may be just perfect if you're doing something that's high-end. $3,000, it may even be $2,000, I can't remember, but that's not a lot of money. Let me click the link. We'll go over and take a quick look. Yeah, here we go, mobile storefronts. So I forget where the pricing was. Oh, well, you can look around. I think it's $2,000 or $3,000, and it's a pretty advanced system. They do mobile billing, SMS marketing, a bunch of other stuff, but it's a nice high-end place if that's the kind of business that you're in. Okay, another, down at the bottom, I've got all the big boy sites, and then also, we're going to be talking about it later, but it's included in this document. This is where you submit iPhone apps. So this is a nice document to help you mostly in getting your mobile site out there and listed in the various directories and things on the web. Okay? Very good. Okay, next. Okay, as I said in the beginning, what we're doing tonight is we're going to talk about how to piece everything together. You know, marketing, in my mind, is a lot like a puzzle. But there's a problem with the marketing puzzle. Usually people, you know, when you do a regular puzzle, you buy a box of, 300 pieces, and you can sit there, and you know all the pieces are there, especially if you just bought it. But it's just a matter of spending some time, and eventually you can piece it all together, and you've got a nice picture. Well, marketing is a puzzle as well, but the difference is that in most cases, you don't get a box that's got all the pieces there. You hardly even know what all the pieces are. So when you start trying to piece the puzzle together to get a good strategy, you often fall short because parts of the puzzle were missing from the beginning because perhaps you didn't know about them or perhaps you didn't think about them. So what I've done is I've taken the time to put together all of the pieces of online marketing, all of the pieces of offline marketing, and all of the pieces of mobile marketing into several formats that will enable you to put together some killer marketing programs and campaigns. Okay. Okay, the first one that we're going to look at is the simplest of all, but I put together a document that I call the cross-channel integration. Let's take a look at that. Okay, here it is. Okay, now what this is, now you're going to see this information presented in a few different ways as we go forward here. This is the simplest of all of them, and I wanted to give it to you in this format because, you know, different people work with information in different ways. This is just a text-only version, and it's not hyperlinked or anything else, but it gives you all of the pieces for what is worth exploring or what is worth connecting together within the three channels of offline, online, and mobile. All right. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these in detail in this format because we're going to do it in just a moment. But you can see here in the offline channel, we've got advertisement, we've got books, we've got business print materials, we've got the checkout process, customer interaction, direct mail, distribution channels, electronic displays, fulfillment, live phone, live seminars, offline engagement. All of that is offline. That's your offline channel. We'll go into it in more detail later, don't worry. All right, and there's even more here. Okay, then we get to the online channel where we have to deal with customer support, download, email, Google, instant messenger, online engagement such as contests and polls and things, list building, online marketplaces, partnerships, your presence, PR, search and SEO. It goes on and on and on. There's a whole bunch of online stuff, okay? Everything that you should consider when you're doing a campaign is covered. Then we have our mobile channel where we would be dealing with and considering these areas when it comes to marketing, which would be mobile apps, mobile ads, mobile camera phone scanning, the 2D barcode stuff, mobile customer support, demographics, incentives and engagements, mobile list building, mobile location-based social media, mobile PR, partnerships, presence and profile, SEO, search, social media, and so you can see that goes on, okay? This is, in essence, a 13-page document that just lists everything that should be considered when you're doing a marketing campaign. Because remember, I'm here to teach you mobile. That's what we're trying to you know, get good at. But mobile, except in rare instances, doesn't live in a vacuum. Mobile, if you want it to be really successful, has tentacles that reach into the other marketing channels. And by doing it that way, integrating it across other channels, then not only will your mobile be more successful, but your online will be more successful and your offline will be more successful as well. A lot of people ask me, because I did one of the biggest, especially low-budget launches ever done, which was the one for The Secret movie, they asked, Dan, how did you do it? What did you do? And it's funny because I've never really gone into all of the details of everything that I've done, but people that go through my programs, you know, you don't have to scratch your head too long before you can start saying, well, oh, geez, now I see how Dan thinks, okay? I'm much a generalist, and I think about all different kinds of things and how they connect. And really, one of the things that helped to make the Secret such a success was thinking through in processes like what I'm sharing with you right now, making sure that all of the bases are covered, online, offline, and mobile, okay? And that's really what you're going to end up with by the time we're done tonight, are all of these pieces and how you can put them together, and then you can do small campaigns or big campaigns, and at least you know all the pieces are there. Now, I've done as best I can to put all this stuff together. I'm certain I've missed things, and as you start working down through these types of topics, there's always more stuff that you can add. What I've tried to do is put the stuff in there that I think is the most important, and it will trigger thoughts whereby you can add more things. For example, in this very first one where it says advertisement, sure, there are billboards. You can do advertisement on buses and taxis. You know, that doesn't mean you couldn't also do an ad on the back of a motorcycle, but I don't have that listed here. But bus and taxi kind of get you in the vehicle area, and then you could think, well, okay, yeah, we could do it there as well. So in other words, some of these will spawn or lead you to further ideas of things that you can do, but it certainly covers the gamut of things that you should be considering. Now, the next thing. The next thing is I've taken this and I've put everything into a mind map. And I'm sure that many of you have seen mind maps before. I put together some marketing mind maps that I think will just be extremely valuable for you. These things are so rich. I'm going to spend enough time. If you've done mind maps before, some of what I show you might be a little redundant. If you haven't done them, then this is going to really be exciting and new for you. But it's an incredible way to help you through the thinking process of putting together a mobile marketing campaign. But I've already done all the work. You just need to take a look at the mind maps that I'm going to hand to you, and they're online based. And then you can take these and work with them and create your own or expand them or what have you. Now, the first version of the mind map actually is a collapsed version, and you're actually seeing that on the screen. And I'm going to actually pull that one up as well in a PDF version that I added to the Stomper Mobile portal. Here it is right here. Now, again, you may not be able to see this really well on your screen at home because these things can be enlarged and made small, and you can see parts that you won't. But before I zoom in, let's just take a look at what I've done, because this is the global picture of what we're going to spend some time with, for a little bit going forward from now. First of all, this is a mobile, online, and offline integration mind map. All right. And we've got 3 channels: the offline channel, the online channel, and the mobile channel. All right. It's not strictly just channel-oriented. I've also included in this ideas and even links to almost every single thing that I'm talking about. You could spend a month in this single mind map, especially once it explodes out, as you'll see in just a moment, and you'll be able to get pretty much anything done that you need done using this mind map. But the reason this is called a collapsed version is because every single one of these little items, like where it says advertising, PR, books, and what have you, on the actual live mind map that I'll show you in a moment, you can click on it and it expands so that you can see where all that leads to. Obviously, you can zoom in on this. You can see it much bigger. So let's just take a look at one. Let's take a look at, like, we'll stick with offline for right now. Okay. There we go. Okay, so here we have the offline channel. And you'll notice this looks very similar to the text version that I showed you just previously. Indeed, it is exactly the same. That's why I was saying that the text version PDF that I gave you is for people who just want pure text and nothing else, then you're fine. This is a PDF version that's in a tree, and you'll be able to work with that if you like this better. But you can see we have advertisement, books, print material, and what have you. Now, it goes on through the list. Now, the idea here is that you can take each of these channels and you can just explore what it is that you think you need for a campaign to make sure you've covered it all. Like, you could literally say, well, geez, do I need to do anything in my business for offline list building? You know, what could I do offline that would help me build my list? All right? What could I do offline that would help me build my list online? How can I connect some of the stuff over here on the right side of the screen so that it's integrated in helping some of the stuff over on the left side of the screen, or vice versa? Or go to the bottom, and then we've got all of our mobile stuff down here. Is there anything I could do with a mobile app that would help me in my direct mail offline, or vice versa? In other words, just by figuring out how you could connect these things, you can figure out some incredibly creative ways to reach your customers and prospects and make sure that everything you're doing is integrated. All right? I do marketing campaigns. Okay? Now, I don't have to use everything that I see in this mind map, but it's all there to make sure I don't miss anything. You decide what you're going to use based on how much time you have for a campaign, how much money you have, how many resources, staff, and help you have, and then also where your knowledge is at the point in time you're doing a campaign. And the more you've got of any of that stuff, then the more successful a campaign can be. You can have a very small and focused campaign that just deals with a few of these things, or you can have a very large campaign that can bring in hundreds of millions of dollars by incorporating many of these things. Okay, so now let's take a look at the next thing. And by the way, the slides for tonight's presentation are already in the Stomper portal. So you'll be able to get these slides. And what you can do, there's many ways to access this information, but if you happen to be in the slides, if you just click where it says on the Blow Your Mind button, it will actually take you online to the live mind map so that you can see this. So we're going to explore the offline mind map. We're going to explore the online mind map. And we're going to explore the mobile mind map. And then we're going to put it all together and explore the total marketing integration mind map. Okay? I'm going to spend most of my time on this one, the total marketing integration mind map. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. The offline mind map. Now, these are available in the portal, the Stomper mobile portal, in PDF format, but where you really want to go is over to MindMaster. And I'm just going to show this to you real quick, and then I'm going to show you how to get into the system and how to use it and what have you. Okay, right here is an interactive online mind map just for the offline marketing channel. Okay? See all this stuff? This is juicy stuff, folks. Really juicy stuff. Okay? Now that's just for the offline channel. Okay? Now, if you want to see the entire mind map, then you would just click here. We'll be doing that in just 1 second. Okay, let's go to the online mind map. I'm just clicking straight from the slides or the PDF that you have. And here we are. This is the online mind map. Okay, we're going to go through this a little more detail in a moment. I'm just trying to get you to conceive how much information is here at this point. Okay, in other words, this is virtually everything you could possibly think of doing online, or at least to get you in the right direction. Okay, that's that. All right, now let's go to the mobile mind map. Okay, here we are. We've got m-commerce, e-books, mobile search and SEO. We're going to go through it in just a moment. Okay, and then every one of these individual channel mind maps has a green area like right here that will allow you to link over to see the full channel. Okay? In fact, right here to the right is a little link that will take you to the full total marketing cross-channel integration mind map. And here it is. And again, there's so much information here that there's no way that you can even fit it on a single screen. But I'll just kind of scroll through it so you can see from the top to the bottom. And then we're going to dig into it in just a moment. You can see over here on the right, this is our offline channel. Over on the left is the online channel. And then right here is the mobile channel. All of this connected together. And again, you can zoom in and kind of play around with this, which we'll do in just a moment. And it goes on and on. Okay? That's it. And out to the right of each one of these, almost every one of these things you can click, and it'll either take you to a website or to another mind map or to something so that you can dig into these things and figure out how to put all this stuff together. Okay, now, before we jump into it, let's talk about MindMaster, which happens to be the one that I use. There's quite a few mind mapping software programs out there. Some of them are desktop-based. Some of them are web-based. Some of them do both. And I just happen to have started with MindMaster, so I like that one. This one also works on your mobile phone, your iPhone, which I think is kind of cool. I don't use it that much, but you can see on the screen now it actually shows you how it works on the iPhone if you want to view your mind map on your iPhone. That's pretty cool. You can take that in and actually show it to a client. Pretty impressive. Okay, here's what you want to do. You want to go over to mindmaster.com, and that's MindMeister.com. So MindMeister, mindmeister.com. When you get there, you're going to want to sign up. So you're going to click over here. By the way, it's free. Okay, you can do like 3 or 4, I'm not sure how many, 3 or 4 of these for free. If you ever want to pay for it, I'll click on pricing real quick, and you can take a look at it. You pay one time $59, and you've got the premium one for a whole year, or you can do $9 a month for the business version. Quite honestly, I don't think anybody needs more than the free unless you just really get into doing a lot of these. Okay, so you're probably going to be fine. You can do up to 3 mind maps. You can share and collaborate and what have you. You are going to be able to take the mind maps that I've already created and copy or clone or import, whatever you want to call it, my mind maps into your account so that you can just run wild with them. You can edit them, change them, delete stuff, change all around, and then if you ever want to come back and grab mine and start from that again, cool, no problem. You can augment these things and turn them into anything that you want. What you want to do is you want to click where it says sign up. You can either do this now as we're actually going through the class, or you can do it after we're done. All you have to do is put in your name, email, create a username, a password, and then you'll click sign up. It will send you an email. You'll need to click on that to confirm your account, and then bingo, you're done. Once you are have confirmed your email, you'll have a login screen where you can log in, and I'm actually going to log in to a one I created for Stomper Mobile. Which is empty. I purposely set up one today that's empty so that you could see the way your account is going to look when you first open it up. So as soon as you log in, there will be a default map in the upper left-hand corner called My First Mind Map, the default map. That's just a little one that they put together to kind of give you a feel for what a sitemap looks like, okay? You can import mind maps, which means that if you were to go over and take a look at my mind map, you could download it and then upload it into your account, and you'd be all set. But there's actually an easier way to do that. But that's one way of doing it. You're going to want to create a new mind. If you do want to create a new mind map, you just click where it says New Mind Map in the upper left-hand corner, and then here you go. This is the interface that you'll have. You could type in something here, my new mind map, or whatever you want there. Oops. Okay, so there you go. You got that. And then as you want to add little things off of this, you can have a new node here, and then that one can have, separate nodes. And you just create these things really pretty quick, okay? Remember what I told you earlier. If you want to be able to really go gangbusters with a mind map system or any system, where should you look first? there's the secret button right there. It's called Help. If you'll click on that and just quickly review through some of this stuff, it'll take you like maybe 15 minutes, okay? Then bingo, you're going to be all ready, and you'll probably have the thrust of it, okay? It'll take you about 15, 20 minutes before you kind of get the hang of it. That's if you were creating your own, and I'm just showing you that so you can see how easy it is. You're not going to have to create your own, though, okay? So I'm going to close out of this. By the way, over on the right, you can do all kinds of adjustments. You can add images, all kinds of really cool stuff, okay? The instructions will show you how to do that. So I'm going to close out of this, and you can see I had already created one called Hello. And by the way, right here, you can either see it in list view, which I actually like list view better, so I'm going to click on that. Because then, since I just created this one and I really don't want it, I can highlight it, and then I can just delete it, and then it's gone. All right, so that's it. You should be able to get an account open pretty quick. Now, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to the presentation, and you're going to go to one of these. Let's go to this complete one here, the Total Marketing Integration Mind Map, and you're going to click where it says Blow Your Mind, and you're going to go to the Cross-Channel Integration Mind Map of all 3 channels that I created, all right? You're just going to go to that. Now, you're already logged into your account, but you click the link that's in the presentation to bring you over to mine, okay? Now, I'll tell you this, maybe they'll fix it. There is a little search engine. I'll show it to you again in just a moment. Let me see if I can pull it up here. There's a little search engine where it says Browse Maps. I'm clicking the tab right up at the top. And you could go there and you could do a search for like Dan Hollings or some, well, Dan Hollings will do, and do a search. But I got to tell you, these folks are great at mind maps, and they are absolutely awful at search because it should pull mine up. I mean, that's my name. It doesn't. In fact, no matter what you search for in this system, it just doesn't seem to be able to find it. So if you just keep clicking through this, I mean, there's 1,221 of them is what it says that have my name in it. That's not true. All right, you would eventually find it. So I'm just telling you, the search doesn't work well. So don't freak out if you try to find things using their search and it doesn't work. Hopefully they'll fix that. That's the only thing I can find that I don't like about their system. Okay, so you're going to go back to the you're going to go to the mind map that I created from the link. Now here you are. Now at the top, now you're logged into your account. It says Clone. Okay. You can click Clone, and it says, do you want to copy this mind map to your account? Hey, of course I do. This is easy. I mean, that's all you got to do. Go to My Mind Map, click on the button that says Clone, and then do OK. You're done. You're absolutely done. Now, I'm going to go over and show you that in just a minute, but I want to show you a couple of other things it'll do. If you want to export My Mind Map, you click where it says Export, and then you can get it in all these different formats. Some of you may use these other mind mapping systems, and if you do, you can download in a format which will allow you to upload it into those competing systems. You can also get it as an online document. You can get it as a portable PDF. Those are the PDFs that I created and uploaded into Stomper Mobile. But as I change and modify and add more things to this sitemap, then those static PDFs that are currently in Stomper Mobile Portal will they'll get dated. So you always want to come to the actual live MindMeister.com sitemap, or I'm sorry, mind map, to get a fresh copy, okay? But you can download it as a PDF or as an image file. So you got all those formats. So you pick whichever one you want, and then you pick how big you want it, like just the full size or make it fit certain sizes. But remember, these documents are massive. If you try to squeeze it all into like a letter size so you can print it, it's going to be so tiny you can't read it. So in most cases, you have to do full if it's a really robust mind map, such as what I have here. And so you select that, and then you would export it, and bingo, you're all done, okay? I'm not going to actually do that right now because you already have those in the Stomper Mobile Portal. Okay, so that's that. So you remember I hit Clone? Okay, so let's go back to my account. Remember, this is a little account I opened up right before the call that didn't have anything in it. All right? So I called it Stomper Mobile. This isn't the account where I created the mind map. That's in my Dan Hollings account. I just created this one. So now I'm going to click on the tab that says My Maps, and you can see that the default one that they put in there for you, that's still there. But there it is, Mobile Marketing Integration Mind Map. It's right there, all right? Click on that, and bingo, you have just cloned the entire mind map that I created into your system. Here it is, okay? This is it. Let's go over a little bit this way. Okay, pretty cool. See it there? Now, this is yours. It's not mine anymore. It's yours. So if you're going through this, let's say you're on downloads, and you said, okay, Dan mentions that I could do consumer guides, MP3s, PDFs, white papers, and other, but I'd like to add something to that. You can just do that, and you can just add something in there. Since this is your account, if you want to add something, you can continue to build out and make this mind map something that you can use and benefit from forever in every campaign that you do. This becomes a repository for all of the knowledge and ideas that you gain from various books and seminars and things that you read and learn and hear about. Okay, you can add it to this, and when you add it, you can link. So what you can do is, like, I've got it where it says add something here. I could have been anything. You can go over here where it says extras in the right, and click on this little icon here. It looks like an arrow, and it could be a URL, and then I could just type in the web address of anything, really. I'll just do my web address, danhollings.com. That looks good. And then bingo, you notice that right here, they added a little icon right at the end. I'll make this just a little bit bigger. And again, I'm spending a little time just showing you how to do this because I'm hoping that some of you will adopt this as a way to really help you in your marketing, even beyond mobile marketing, because I've included here online, offline, and mobile, because it all has to integrate. You can't just do it in isolation. So you can see right here where I add something, there's a little arrow or link right there. If I hover over it, it actually shows you a picture of my site as a thumbnail, and then if I wanted to click on that, it would actually take me to the actual site. Okay, I just clicked on it, and bingo, there we are at my site. Got it? So that's the way you would do it. Now, if I decide I don't want that, then I just hit delete, and it's gone, and I'm back to the way it was. All right? This is really, really cool. You can put images in there if you like and play around with colors and things of that nature, all kinds of things, okay? So that's that. Now that you know how to clone, you can go to the link for the mobile channel as a standalone, the offline channel as a standalone, the online channel as a standalone, and the totally integrated mind map that has all three together, and you can basically clone all of those over into your site, and that will give you 4 different mind maps to work with. Each of them is exhaustive, okay? But you can decide how you like to work it. But if you're trying to integrate mobile marketing into everything you're doing, you're probably going to like working in the one that's got all the channels together. So let me log out of this this little account here and actually log into my real account. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now we're in my account. Now I set this account up just for Stomper Mobile, so what it's got in it is my online channel, my offline channel, my mobile channel, and then the mobile marketing integration mind map, which is everything together. Okay? Now, I'm clicking on the integrated one. And let's actually go into the mobile area here. There are little magnifying glasses over on the right side of the screen, and you can click on those. And when you do, it'll make things bigger so we can see them. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. Big enough for people to see. Now, I'm in the mobile channel. This is the mobile channel right here. Look at all this stuff. All right. Now, I'm going to just walk through this channel, and we're going to talk about some of this stuff so you can begin to see how this can help you. Okay. Now, a few of these things we'll be talking about in later sessions, so we'll kind of skip over that, and we'll come back and cover that when we get into later sessions. But if you're thinking about doing anything with a mobile app, then you would probably want to think about perhaps doing it on an Android, BlackBerry, iPhone, iPod, iPad, maybe Google mobile apps or whatever. And if you're not sure exactly, what this thing is about or how to do it, then what you would do is you would click on the little link right after it. And many times what I've done is I've connected it to a very good Google search that will bring you directly to a page that will give you the information you need to get going on this. All right? If you were thinking about creating an iPad application or just trying to figure out, how you can do something, then this is going to quickly give you a quick link over to Google so that you can explore all of the stuff that would come up under an iPad app search. Okay? That's better than me linking you directly to Apple's iPad submission page, because sometimes that's not what you want. And many times, especially in this type of scenario, the sponsored ads can be very helpful. I know a lot of us ignore those ads, but when you're doing this kind of work, sometimes those sponsored ads can be actually helpful, because these are people who are providing services that maybe have not yet got it spidered into these very challenging, hard to get on pages for SEO, and these could be really good businesses that just opened up in the last 30 days that are now doing iPad applications or something like that. They wouldn't have had a chance to do SEO to get on this first page. So that's important to keep in mind. All right. So every one of these. Okay, the next is mobile ads, whether you're looking to do AdMob ads, iAds, or other. You would just click these links. Now, I've got lots of links here. There's probably a couple of hundred links in this document, all right? But obviously there could be more, and you can add these, all right? 2D barcodes or mobile image recognition, we haven't talked about that, but that's the scenario where you go up and you take a picture of a wine bottle, and the actual image of the wine bottle is already in a database someplace, and it's able to recognize that and actually bring back and give you, say, a recommendation or a review on that bottle of wine. There are many companies working on that, including Google. We've talked about 2D barcodes. That's where you place the little barcode on something, and people take a picture of the actual barcode, but actual image recognition is probably going to be equally as big, just taking a picture of anything. Could be a building, and then it could link you over to Wikipedia, because the look of the building can be recognized in the image. Okay, mobile customer support. If you're looking for that, I happen to really like Zendesk Mobile. All right, and in this case, I actually link you, instead of a search, I actually link you to the page that tells you how Zendesk, which is an application that allows you to have an online ticket system to take care of customer support, actually works on a mobile phone. Okay? Okay, this area here has to do with demographics, mobile demographics. These demographics that I've listed here are some of the hottest there are. There are many more, and don't think that you can only have success by going after the big, sexy ones. That's not true. But I wanted to list the ones that are really hot. We already talked about college students when we had Sean on in a previous session, and he talked about how you can do really well with that particular demographic. But there's also the Gen Y generation, which really is everyone under 30. Okay, if you've got any type of product or any way to reach those people, that's a hot, hot market. The reason I mention these is because you might want to do a little research on these. Travelers. The reason travelers are good is because they're already accustomed to using mobile a lot. They check their flight schedules. They're accustomed to using maps. They're using a lot of the location-based social media because when they get to locations, they want to find a good restaurant. They're used to doing mobile e-commerce and buying things on their mobile phones. Anything you can do to cater to travelers is going to be, a good niche to be in. Latinos, I don't have the statistics in front of me, but that is one of the strongest mobile phone user bases out there. So if you can cater any type of a product or service to the Latino market, then that can be a home run, okay? Think about that. Active women is a really one. These are busy women that perhaps are juggling kids and a job, or kids and some type of business they're running. Mobile is critical to their success. And if you can cater to this audience in any way, it's just a rich, rich, ripe market to think about. Small business owners, we've talked about this one. It seems like just the obvious one. You know, all small business owners need help in mobile marketing, and that is certainly one area to explore. But also any type of product or service that you can offer. I mean, you may not be a consultant that's wanting to do consulting and helping other businesses with their marketing, but if you can come up with some type of a product or service which helps them in their business, then bingo, you've got it. You know, whoever actually, well, you can read the story, but the people that came up with the idea to put the to turn the mobile phone into a credit card reader, put that together just literally in a few months. The idea came to them, you know, all of a sudden. The story's in the article that I shared with you at the beginning of the class, and you can see where they saw an opportunity and they just jumped on it. And in their case, it wasn't very hard to get funding for it because it was such a damn good idea, and it's a very simple idea, really. Or any other niche market. So I want you to think about demographics. Okay. Incentives. We're in the next category. Incentives, mobile incentives engagements. That would be mobile polls, mobile surveys, mobile contests, mobile freebies, mobile downloads, mobile coupons, mobile games, whatever it is, okay? Now, for example, I'm not big into games, all right? And let's say I was reading this, it would spawn me to think about, hey, well, what could I do with games? All I got to do is click this link, and then that's going to take me over to a Google search where now all of a sudden, by clicking on just a few of these, I can begin to explore exactly what all the hoopla is about mobile games. It is absolutely monstrous, and it could be something that you could get into, and you can explore it. Okay, could be that just because you saw it on a mind map or because I mentioned it, it caused you to click a few links, begin exploring mobile games, and then you thought, well, geez, either I could, you could say, gosh, I could create a mobile game for the pizza place down the corner. I found a place that develops these things. Maybe they charge $2,000 to put it together. I could charge him $3,000, okay, and I'll present an idea, just put the whole thing together, and you've got it. Or maybe you want to create a mobile game for yourself or for some type of thing that you're doing. But you can explore it because it was brought to your attention on the mind map, okay? Every one of these is linked and will take you to a place where you can see more about it. Mobile list building, okay? Demographic segmentation. You may not have thought about it, but guess what? As you build your mobile list, you should start segmenting it based on the demographics. Women respond one way, men respond another way, okay? Young people respond one way, old people another way. People in the South respond different than people in the North. People in one country respond different than people in another country. Or you may have a product or service that's more for women than it is for men, so why in the heck should you spend 7 cents a pop shooting out text messages to a bunch of guys when you're trying to sell purses, okay, unless you're selling them as gifts. You know, you really need to think more about demographic segmentation with mobile than perhaps you have with your offline or online marketing. Okay, it's really, really important. Okay, mobile keywords, we talked about all this other stuff. Okay, location-based social media, we're going to cover that actually next week. Okay, so I won't spend a lot of time on that. There's many of these, okay, but I've mentioned Foursquare and Gowalla. Those are the two that I've explored the most and are probably the most popular, but there are many, many more, and that listing could change at any time. Mobile PR, mobile partnerships. Oh, here's an interesting one, mobile affiliate marketing. Now, we're going to be talking about this in a later session, but guess what? It doesn't take but one click, and there you are. You're at Google, and you'll be blown away with all of the affiliate opportunities that are already out there for people that are into mobile. Just on this page alone, because you clicked the link from the mind map, it could totally change the whole way you do business. If you're into affiliate marketing, this may be a ripe opportunity that's much more juicy than the affiliate marketing that you've done that's just web-based. Whole new set of products and services. Really, really cool stuff. Okay. Mobile search and SEO. Again, each of these things that I list are to spawn you to think about it. Should I be doing it? Later I'm going to talk about integrating it, but should I be doing it? Am I doing it? You know, can I explore more about it? Okay, that kind of thing. Okay? For example, keywords and key phrases. There are many tools out there that will help you to find keywords and key phrases. I've included a few here, but for example, Google Insights for search, totally free, and is perhaps the best one for mobile or local because it's one of the few search engines that lets you actually search in a region. You can actually search, let's get to United States, then the sub-region, let's see, I'm in Arizona, almost forgot, and then I'm in Tucson. Okay, I want to cover from 2004 to present. I could do all categories, or if I was just into, you know, any one particular, I could do that. And then it could be a web search, image search, news search, whatever. Okay, I'll make it a web search. And let's say I had a pizza shop. I'll just do pizza. And what I want to know is what's going on in my area, okay? Do I want to search for terms, locations, time ranges? You can control that. I click search, and then you get this incredible information that has to do with Tucson, Arizona. Actually shows you that it looks like over time more and more people have been searching for pizza. It actually shows you in what areas of Arizona most of the searches are occurring, okay? And it shows me related terms down here at the bottom. This is probably the most helpful, of other words that people right here in Tucson are searching for. Now, I'm going to build a mobile website, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to benefit from the fact that this is what people are searching for right here. Top searches and the rising searches. So there's no use for me to, you know, optimize for terms that people in my area aren't really looking for very much. Now I know what terms people are looking for in my area, and I can optimize for those things. Okay? Now, I just happen to use pizza, but you can use anything. And don't be disappointed if you're in a smaller town or if you kind of have a weird product or keyword or something. You may not get much results here. So this will work terrific for many, many things. And for other things, it'll leave you a little flat just because it won't have any data for the local area. Okay? There's the Google keyword tool. There's the keyword list generator. Okay, I actually love this little tool. If you haven't seen it, it's over at SEObook.com. Basically, you put in your first word, your second word, third word, fourth word, and it gives you results like you won't believe. Totally free. A great, great tool. If you want a paid tool, I've used and really recommend NicheBot. It pulls from all of the major list tools. And in fact, this particular tool helped me tremendously. It's helped me tremendously with many campaigns that I've done, but it helped me tremendously with The Secret. Funny thing about The Secret when I did that is the words "The Secret" are very difficult keywords to optimize for. I was competing against Victoria's Secret and Secret deodorant, and it took quite a while to get up on the first page. Plus, The Secret, "the" was a stop word, meaning that it really was just thrown out, and the only thing that was really searched for was secret. And everybody has a secret. There are billions of secrets out there. So anyway, NicheBot is an old favorite of mine. Okay, now mobile directories, mobile maps. Okay, mobile web, mobile local search, niche mobile directories. Okay, I showed you a bunch of directories earlier. You've got a list of all of the important ones. Okay, what should you do about page description and page titles? Okay, and look up here. Let's see, where is this? Where is it? Oh, it's over. I'm sorry, it's not under mobile search. It's under another one. Let me show you something. I'm going to just real quick go over to my, see, here's what happened. Just as I was going through the mobile channel, I thought of something. Something over there made me think of something. I'm now in the online channel. Made me think of something that should be done for mobile and search. Now I'm going to show you something, and you're going to love this. You'll look right here. Now I'm over in the online channel under search and SEO, and look here at the very first one. It's called Site Links. Now, you've probably heard of Site Links. But let me show you what it is, because it's kind of cool. And oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't click that. Hopefully it'll pull up. I'm going to pull. I'm going to do a search for Dan Hollings. Okay. Dan Hollings. Okay. Now look at here. Dan Hollings, The Secret is out. Here's my list. Right now, obviously, it's going to come up. That's my name. But right underneath these indentations with these little links underneath it that go to interior pages in my site, those are called site links. In other words, you can have a listing, and then underneath it you get these other links. You can control what these are, and they change over time. I've seen them where I've had 8 or 9 down here. In fact, there's fewer today than there usually is, but here's what's kind of neat. Moby, I've got that as a site link. Follow Dan on Twitter, I've got that as a site link. Reviews, you know how important reviews are. We're going to talk about that a little more later, and I teach a lot about that. It's the #1 most important thing you can do is get good reviews. There they are, right there on my site, links, all right? And in quotable marketing quotes. You can control what occurs here by doing something pretty darn easy. I'm going to click on my site, and you'll notice that right at the top of my site, I have these text navigational links. Okay? You could also have them at the bottom in the footer. I just happen to put them up at the top. But often what will happen is Google will create site links and put them in your search results listings based on what they find in these little links that you put right up at the top. But they've got to be text-based. It's preferable to do them text-based. And you word them out exactly like you would like them to show up in your site links. And even though it doesn't reflect as closely today, there have been days when I've gone over to Google and they've had almost exactly what I have right here. These 8 links are the links. Now, in order for this to work, every one of these links must go to a page on the same domain. So don't think, for example, that you can put, I couldn't put Dan's mobile site and then actually link to danhollings.mobi, because that wouldn't be a site link. A site link is a link that goes basically from your home page to an internal page someplace on the same domain. So in order for me to get Google to, let me pull that up again so you can see it. In order for me to get Google to actually have Moby here or follow Dan on Twitter or all that, I actually had to have a Moby link. There it is right there. And when you click on it, it goes, it's still on my domain, danhollings.com, and it's a whole page about my mobile website. I mean, there's not a lot there, but that's it. And then I have a little emulator I use to pull my site in right there. I've got my fonts on large, so that's why it looks that way. But you can see what I've done. I've included a link from my home page to another page on the same domain that talks about my Moby site. That, therefore, gives me a link right here that if people click on it, it brings them to the Moby page on my site. And then if they want to get to my mobile site, then I've got the link right at the top because I know good and well that's what they really wanted. And we're all set. So you might want to think about that, okay? Again, that was I did not plan to show you that today, but that's a live example of what happens when you're working with mind maps. It gets you thinking about things and things that you should do. Okay, that would be a great thing to do to help get your mobile site listed better within the search results over at Google or some of the other search engines. Okay, now let's get back down to where we were. Okay, mobile presence and profiles. You think about click to call, your landing pages, your mobile blog. Now, we haven't talked about a mobile blog yet. We've talked about mobile sites, and we talked about setting up a special page that you could link to from Twitter or Facebook, which was your mobile social page that would tell people why they should follow you or something like that. We've talked about transition pages. But you can do some pretty cool things with a mobile blog, all right? If you click where it says Other, it's going to take you over and just give you a Google search of all kinds of things you could do. But here's some recommendations. Carrington is really good. Craig, who is a member of Stomper Mobile, turned me on to this. I looked at your site. I loved it. It is a plug-in that takes your existing WordPress blog and makes it just beautiful on a mobile phone, and it takes about 30 minutes to get it set up and running, okay? The one that I've used and liked is called Wapple, okay? And what I've done is I've actually linked, I just clicked the link to a post that I put up on our Mobile Marketing Resources Posterous blog, and it actually tells you step by step how to set up and install the Wapple plugin, which basically does a similar thing as Carrington. It turns your current WordPress blog into a very presentable mobile blog that will work on most mobile phones. So there we go. We've got some things you can pursue right here and now from these links and ideas, okay? Mobile sites. A lot of you know about Mobile Site Galore. Last night I told you that they were creating a special version for us. It's still not quite done yet. It's actually a little more complex than what they had thought, but they're working on that. As soon as I've got it, I'll pass that along. And if you want a site that's a little more fancy, Wapple has a mobile site builder as well. Now, this is a different Wapple than the one I was talking about up here. The Wapple plugin for your blog, it's made by the same company, but it takes your existing WordPress blog and makes it where it works on mobile phones. Whereas this Wapple is actually a site builder. It's a little more complex than MobiSite Galore, and that's why I didn't start with it. That's why if I had started with this, you know, many people might have just bailed out after the first session. It's a little more complex, but the end result is a site that's a little more fancy, but you're going to have to spend a bit more time playing around with it. And if I have time, I'm not sure, if I have time in a later session, I will step through and kind of give you some pointers on this. This is actually the system that we used during the Stomper mobile launch to create a couple of the mobile landing pages. I'm not sure if you saw those or not, but I used Wapple, and it was really quick and simple. So anyway, I'm not going to go through it today, but you can get it set up for free, and then if you decide to, you know, go deeper and further, they do all kinds of things, and you know, prices just depend on how much you're going to do. But you can go ahead and sign up and actually have a site up and running. So it's a great, great place if you want to have a really pretty site that will work on one of the smartphones. Okay? So that's there. Okay, let's go down to, let's see, mobile social media. You need to think about, now I'm not talking about Foursquare and location-based social media, but you need to think about things that you do on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and etc., things that you do there so that it will work for people on their mobile. Okay? From now on, when you tweet or when you post things to Facebook or LinkedIn, it needs to cross your mind, hey, maybe I should use a mobile link, because half the people that are on these social networks are actually on them on their mobile phones, and it's just going to keep increasing, increasing, increasing. Okay? Microsoft even came out with a new phone that is only for social media. Okay? Forget what they call it. It's the craziest name. It's actually in my video at stompermobile.com. But anyway, there's going to be a lot of that. Okay? Mobile video. This is growing like every day. YouTube, if you now has YouTube Mobile. So if you have a video that's under 10 minutes and you want to have it work on mobile phones, quick, easy way is just upload it on YouTube and you're set. Now keep in mind that even though YouTube allows 10 minutes, you might want to make it a lot shorter, because on a mobile phone, some people don't always have the greatest connection. So you got to think about that. Okay, Ustream just released their mobile program. There's Quick. Let's see, this is Ustream Mobile here. Okay, they just open that up. Quick is kind of a neat thing. Don't just take pictures, share your experiences. What is Quick? Okay, a lot of cool stuff. 12 seconds, OV guide, and then if you click other, there's just a boatload of stuff there. Okay, mobile ebooks. All right, you want to explore Kindle and you want to explore the Apple iPad, and you're thinking, well, Dan, I'm not an author, you know. Well, guess what? You are. I anoint you. You're an author. You need to take your stuff and put it in that format. If you've been doing white papers, that's great. If you've been doing PDFs and things of that nature, that's all great. The only difference is you just take pretty much the same stuff, get somebody to do a cover for you, just a little, you know, a graphic, and then you can actually publish it in formats that will work on the mobile phone. That gives you something to give away to help build your list and do things. It also gives you something that you can sell. You can put anything in these formats. Don't think that it has to be a novel or another Chicken Soup for the Soul book or something like that. It can be almost anything. So you can explore these links. Kindle Publishing will take you to places that will actually publish in the Kindle format, and then iPad Publishing will actually take you to places that will publish in that format. And it's pretty darn simple. Do it. The great thing about ebooks, especially in the mobile format, is they can have links in them, and they click them, and it'll take you, it'll help drive traffic to your mobile site. Proximity marketing, if you were at Stomper Mobile, had a company there demonstrating the system that I like, and you can actually click and go and take a look at it. We'll talk about it a little bit in a later session, but it's called adpods.com. They're based over in the UK, and they have one of the few systems that actually really looks neat, and they're honest. There's a lot of riffraff in this particular area. A lot of companies are going to tell you that these systems will do things that they just won't do. Okay, it'll tell you can set up one of these things in your store, and that it'll be able to shoot out messages onto our videos or images onto people's phones for 3 miles away, and it just isn't going to happen. Got to remember that this is, again, I was connecting consumer guides down to mobile ebooks. All right, that's the way this mind map can be gold. If I want to unconnect that, I just do remove. So now I just came up with the great idea to do a consumer guide, but to do it maybe in iPad or Kindle or just PDF format that will work on a mobile phone. Or maybe I'm going to do the consumer guide in a short format over at MobiSite Galore. Just put together several HTML web pages and let it be there. But it's a consumer guide, and I'm going to now promote that in order to help build my list of qualified customers. Okay, email. Again, right now we're not in mobile, we're in the online channel. Okay, so email, you need to think about autoresponders, database mailings, JV mailings, newsletters, signatures, and footers. So right there, what's the idea? Make sure that you connect signatures and footers to the various links, either to your mobile blog or your mobile website, your mobile landing page, your mobile social pages, whatever. That's something to think about. You could connect that over to one of the other categories, okay? On Google, all those things that are in the PDFs that I shared at the beginning of this session, they're listed here. Business profile, Google 411, Google 2D barcodes, and guess what? All of these things are linked. They're all linked. So if you don't know what Google Tags is, you click on it, and there we are. We're at Google Places, where they talk about how for less than $1 a day you can put these little things on a map and do Google Tags. All right? Cool. Might not have thought about that. Google Coupons, where do I go to do that? What the heck is Google 411? I don't know if I've talked about that yet, but right here, Google 411. There are people that use their mobile phone to get directory service, and they call 1-800-GOOG-411, and an automated Google attendant comes on and says, you know, what are you looking for? And you can say whatever, you know, I'm looking for pizza. Where are you? I'm in Tucson, and it will connect you. It will ring the phone of the #1 ranked listing in Google search for pizza. Or it will let you go down and pick whichever listing you want, and it will actually connect you to that business owner. So again, you can do this for your own business. You can do it. I'm in there. You know, but you can do this for businesses that you're consulting for as well. You guys that are doing consulting, my gosh, you've got this basket of goodies, I should say a wheelbarrow of goodies, that you can just go in and you can say, wow, look at all this stuff I can do. I can get you on Google 411. Have you ever heard of that? No, and then you can demo it, okay? You can do all of this stuff. It's all listed here. All this stuff is here. You know, whether you're doing mobile, online, offline, you can tie this stuff together. And even though you may not think you're an expert in all this stuff, I've got links here that is at least going to get you over to a spot where you can just quickly learn about it, all right? You don't know what Google 411 is. You do one click. There's a video on the page. You watch that, and 3 minutes later, you know what Google 411 is. You walk out the door. You can help a business do this, and they'll think you're a genius. More Google services. I'm going to click on that. My word. Have you ever seen this page? If you haven't been clicking around. This is all the stuff that Google has available for you. There's incredible stuff here, all right? I'm not even covering it today, but custom search. Whoa, this is something else. I mean, custom search will allow you to create your own search engine branded to you that's powered by Google. You could set this up for a local business. So that if somebody wanted to come in and search for all kinds of stuff that's related to their store, it'd be right there. Okay, how many people know what Google Base is? Where is that? Google Base. It's got to be someplace on this page. I'm not seeing it. Google Base is a place where you can upload all of your inventory for free. Actually, it's probably right down here under, oh no, that's product search. Maybe that's it. Okay, the other thing that's really cool is, where is it here? Google Knoll. You should have an article over at Google Knoll, okay? That's a place where you can share your knowledge about anything you want, and they'll allow you to put images up and all kinds of neat things. I've got some really cool Knolls over there on my Twitter Tweenius program. Okay, you should check that out. It goes on and on and on and on. Google Reader, my gosh, there's some things you can do with Google Reader that'll blow your mind. It can be done for mobile and for social media. All right, I've taught a lot of that in my Twitter Tweenius program. Just a lot of cool stuff, a lot of stuff on this page. All right, so let's get out of that. All right, I love going through these mind maps because of the fact it reminds me of all the cool stuff I can do. Contests, polls, surveys. We're talking about online here, where we also have services that will provide contest polls and surveys for mobile. And you can also do contest polls and surveys offline as well. You know, when you go into a restaurant and they got a business and they got a fish bowl sitting up there and they want you to drop a card in there, that's a great strategy. Okay, what are they doing that for? To collect the names and phone numbers and information from people in the area that are already eating there so that they can contact and do promotions and that kind of thing. It's a way to build a list. That's what that's all about. Okay? Online list building. Boy, if you need to make forms, okay, there's no place easier than Wufoo. Okay? It's free or very inexpensive, and you can make any kind of form you can imagine, all right, online web forms. Obviously, there's Aweber and all kinds of, you know, other autoresponders, things like that. Just some things to think about. Here's some good stuff. Online marketplaces. Amazon Marketplace, that's the place where you can go and sell your stuff where it will show up on Amazon. A lot of people don't know this, but when The Secret came out, the movie, it was not ever sold through Amazon, at least not for the first year. Instead, I personally set it up in Amazon's marketplace, and I became the first person to ever hit the #1 selling movie at Amazon through Marketplace. It was not being sold through Amazon. It was being shipped literally through my own fulfillment. Okay? Absolutely incredible. But you can do some neat things over there. You can go over there and you can figure it out. And guess what? Amazon works great on a mobile phone. So you know what you could do? I could create an ebook. Maybe I go over to lulu.com. That's linked in another area. Go over there and create a consumer guide. And I can actually create it at Lulu, end up selling it in Amazon or Amazon Marketplace, maybe even put just a really low price on it. You can't give it away for free because Amazon has to make some money on it, but you can get it down really low, and guess what? All of a sudden, that consumer guide that had no credibility because nobody knows who you are, you're the lowly plumber in the neighborhood, all of a sudden you write this little consumer guide about how to save money with plumbers or something, and you publish it through any publisher, online publisher, an ebook, or even a book. And you put it up in Amazon Marketplace or even in Amazon, to tell you the truth, and now this little book has credibility. You're not trying to sell the book to the mass market. That's not your purpose. Your purpose was to generate leads, and you wanted credibility, and by doing it and putting it up through Amazon or Amazon Marketplace and having it published and doing all that stuff, it makes anything that you're doing have credibility. You can go bonkers with this idea. I am kidding you not. This is an incredible idea. I'd be taking this connect the dot thing, and I'd be taking this Amazon Marketplace and connecting it here, there, and what have you, and just go at it. Now, what did I connect? I always forget. There we go. Okay, Cafe Press, that's a place where you can have your mobile phone number put on coffee cups. You can have your mobile phone number or some cool message put on T-shirts and sell them, okay? That's Cafe Press. Craigslist, Google Base, all right? You can have all of your products and services up on Google Base. You should do that, totally free, okay? Niche marketplaces, if you click there, it'll take you over to Google. It's all kinds of stuff. I was blown away when I looked at that. eBay did $500 million in mobile sales last year alone. Guess what? Anything you put up at eBay is going to work on a mobile phone. Why not open up an eBay store? If you open up an eBay store and put your stuff there, then you can send people there, and it works on a mobile phone, and it's got the extra credibility that some people will feel that eBay adds to it. So you can do kind of the same thing you did at Amazon. You can do it at eBay, and on and on and on and on if you want to. All right. Sometimes you can just seed products. Maybe you sell 100 products, but you just take one of your best sellers and you create a store and you feature that one on eBay so that that will lead traffic and business back so that you're only having to share commissions with one product over at eBay or a few, and then once they find out who you are, then they buy all of your stuff, of which you don't sell the other stuff at eBay. You sell that yourself directly, things like that. Okay, we've got affiliate marketing again, exchanging links, not link exchanges. Those can get to be kind of funny, but literally exchanging links. Especially, now this is online, but if you want to do really good in local search, you should be exchanging links with other local businesses. All right? You link to my blog, and I'll link to your site. That's all you got to say. You know, the pizza guy goes down the street, you know, to the guy who owns the bar. I tell you what, you link to my pizza blog, and I'll link to your website, so that you create kind of a three-way local link exchange amongst people. It doesn't take too many of those. You don't need 100 links for local search. You need a few, and if they're local links, they're better than ever. Okay. What else do we have? Here's all the blogs. Okay. Again, this is online. It goes on and on here. Press releases, press kits. Here's one, press kit. All right. Online press kit. You should go to go to Press Kit 247. I know these folks. In fact, I helped them to develop their system. I built the engine that drives the SEO for these folks. But here's what they do. This is a real press, a PR company. It's not like a press release company. This is where they actually hire people to help get you on radio or on television or in a magazine or what have you. But what you may not be thinking about is the fact that, especially for local businesses or even small businesses, there are journalists that are looking for stories all the time. Well, you can go over here, and there's a couple things you can do, but you can actually create an online press kit. They charge a certain amount per month, and they even have a mobile version. And then as journalists want to have stories to write about either in the local news or local radio or local TV or national, okay, journalists are lazy. They will go into this Press Kit 24/7 and they will search for stories based on keywords. And let's say there's been, you know, remember Katrina, there was floods? Guess what? There were press people, journalists that were calling carpet cleaners to get stories. Why? Because all the carpets were wet. They wanted to know stories about how you could, you know, clean this up. How can you get the mold out? What do you need to do? All right? Anytime there's something going on in your community or something going on nationally that is related to something that you do, all of a sudden journalists are probably interested in talking to you. They don't know who you are. You need to help them find you. Okay? I have a press kit. In fact, I've got 2 press kits. All right? And I have journalists call me all the time. Clients call me as a result of this. Okay? And I believe that Press Kit 24/7 is a good place to get exposure at. Is it going to cost you? I forget what they charge. I mean, it's like about 80, 90 bucks a month, something like that. And they allow you to build out your own press kit, and then they will help you. If you need higher level help, they also do that. They'll actually, you know, make the calls to get you on Oprah if they can and do all that kind of stuff. So that's what they are. Great, great people there. All right, I wouldn't have thought of that if it hadn't been for this mind map, though. This wasn't on my mind. Okay, social bookmarking, social presences, okay? In fact, check this out. Here we are at my mind map, and I'm talking about social presence and profiles. And right here, I highlighted an online community map. I'm going to click that because this is a mind map that somebody else built that I linked to because it is so awesome. It is so awesome. My mind map connects to theirs because they built this incredible mind map of online communities. Look at this, folks. I gotta spread this out a little bit, reduce the size a little bit. Okay, look at this. This is look at all of this. This is every online community, niche community, goes by baby communities, dating communities, ethnic communities, health communities, prisoner communities. Talk about a captive audience. Travel communities. Remember we were talking about travel earlier? Look at all this stuff, okay? Entrepreneur communities. Gosh, boat communities. I mean, here it is. It's all right here. Absolutely massive lead sources, and it's linked from my map. It's if you're looking for that, it's under online channels, And then you just go down to social presence and profiles, where I talk about niche social communities and what have you, and you're all set. By the way, if you want to set up a social community yourself, I absolutely love Social Sam. I don't know if you are familiar with One Shopping Cart, but one of the programmers that started One Shopping Cart, he's not there anymore, went on to create this. And it's basically a way for you to have your own social online community, and it's got all the e-commerce and affiliate stuff built into it. It's just really cool. I'm not here to sell you on it, but I think it's a great system, and that's on there. You can link that all up with your mobile. You got videos, audios, and slideshows, okay, all that stuff. Link bait, publicity stunts, refer a friend, virtual worlds, all right? Goes on and on. All of the web after effects that I talked about. In other words, this is an area which you can really connect with mobile. In other words, what do you do after a person opts in to your newsletter? What does that thank you page say? What does that thank you email say? Should you upsell? Should you try to get a testimonial? Should you try to get them to opt into your mobile phone list? Okay. Should you send them a thank you gift? Here's another great resource, thank you gifts. This is a system that was created through a collaboration between me and some guys that I've worked with for a long time. I don't own the company. I don't get anything for this. I just think it's cool. But it's called Little Somethings, and basically it gives you a way to send a thank you gift. They have all kinds of stuff. Everything is $9.49, and they take care of everything. You just go there, and click a button, and it ships the stuff out, really nice stuff that really will make an impression with some of your customers. Sometimes you can price this into things that you're selling, especially higher ticket items and information products where there's some profit margin, and it really, really makes a difference if all of a sudden they get a little, homemade make a brownie in your microwave kit that comes with candles and cool stuff. I mean, just a really, really neat thing. So that's littlesomethings.com. That's linked. Okay, web ads, all kind of stuff there. Webinars, what do you do there to connect your webinars to mobile? Like, obvious, but do I need to say it again? Right before we had this webinar, I sent out a text message about an hour before to remind everybody. Thereby, I'm sure there was at least 4 or 5 people that had forgotten about it who remembered and are on the call tonight because I reminded. Okay, widgets and toolbars. Whoa, what another idea that most people just totally forget about. All right, there's a bunch of them here, but Conduit. Conduit, absolutely killer. You should do a toolbar for whatever industry or product or service that you're in. I have a toolbar that I built for Twitter. It's called My Twitter Toolbar. Okay, and you should get it. Go to mytwittertoolbar.com, totally free. This is the most popular Twitter toolbar on the web. I have tens of thousands of users on this. I haven't looked in a while, but it's the most popular. And it's not a lead generation tool. I don't get their email or anything, but I do have the ability to communicate with these users through this toolbar. I don't do it a lot, but I could. And I also control everything they see on this toolbar. And this toolbar, by the way, has over 265 of the best Twitter tools, apps, resources, tips that are out there in the Twitterverse. And you can download it. It works on a Mac. It works on PC, Safari. It works on Firefox, Internet Explorer. It's just really, really cool. And you should get it. And they do pay you a little bit as people download it, but that's not the primary thing. The main thing is that it becomes a great way for you to get whatever it is that you're doing out into the marketplace. And again, you could have one that has all of your mobile stuff on here. All right? Why not? Or mix in your online and your mobile stuff. Okay? And then e-commerce. You really need to think about, I skipped over all this e-book stuff, but we've got all of that there. By the way, now the reason I wrote this way is like when you're doing an e-book, you need to think about what could I do in each chapter to connect it to mobile? What could I do in the cover, on the cover, front, back, or the flaps in order to connect to mobile? What could I do with my distribution channels to connect it to mobile? Could I put links in the book that would connect connect to mobile on every page or at the end of each chapter. In other words, that's the way you use this thing. As you look at each item, you think, what can I do here? What can I do there? E-commerce, the checkout path. What can I do in the checkout path to add mobile? All right? Could I put a mobile coupon in there? What could I do? That's it. Okay. I think I've covered everything. I'm going to look real quick and see if there's any questions. I don't have a lot of time to take questions. Someone said, incredible, awesome training. Thanks, thanks, thanks. I feel like I was just going through stuff, but you have no idea how much of my brain and my experience has been dumped into the information that I shared just tonight. And if you use these tools, they'll help you incredible. Okay. Coming from the young generation, you rock. Thanks. That's great. For an old guy that's got one bionic eye, I appreciate that. Okay. That this session alone is worth the price of the program. Thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, someone's wanting to know how to automatically redirect somebody going to the PC site so that they automatically go to the mobile phone. You need to go back into my earlier sessions. You may or may not want to do that. That's why we use transition pages, because sometimes if you try to automatically force somebody to a mobile site, if they're on an iPhone or a smartphone, they may have wanted your PC site, and you just got to think this through. You can do that, and there are scripts out there that will do it, and I'll actually share some of those scripts in a later session. And I believe that in MobiSite Galore, I think there is actually a redirect script there that you can use. Pretty neat. Okay. And okay, this is a wealth of information. Thanks. Okay. I'm getting nothing but compliments. Oh, I appreciate it. I can't comprehend the preparation that you must go into to present all of this. Okay, thanks. I really appreciate it. You guys are great. Now remember, I love this stuff, but you should post any testimonials or comments that you have over on the Posterous blog. There is a special blog that is specifically for case studies and testimonials about this program. And the great thing is that if you post them there, I don't have the information in front of me, but if you post them there, then I can actually pull it up real quick. Well, actually, it'll take too long. If you post on the Posterous blog, just go into the Stomper Mobile portal and take a look at either session 2 or 3. Just look at the slides and you'll see the link. But anyway, if you post it there, then you're also going to get some link love, because you can include a link to your mobile site, and that will help with your search rankings and also help with traffic and stuff. Okay, I love to give testimonials to really good stuff that I like, because when I do, they will often post it on their website, and they'll include a link back to whatever I ask, and that helps with traffic, and it also helps with search rankings. So anyway, I appreciate all of your compliments. I really enjoyed spending some time with you tonight. If you have further questions, please go into the Stomper portal. I'll pop over there really quick because I want you to know. Let's see if I can find it here. Oh, actually, I've already closed it down. But anyway, if you go into the Stomper portal, go into the media area, and you will see I've uploaded all of the files. There's like 8, 9, or 10 of them. There is enough information in just tonight's session to last you a lifetime, and I'd love for you guys to let me know how it works out for you. Remember, take my mind maps and clone them into your MindMaster system, okay? And in order to do that, there'll be a clone button at the top of the page once you get into your account, and MindMaster, again, is MindMeister.com. Folks, it's been great. I will see you next Tuesday for another great session. We'll be talking about location-based social media next week. In the meantime, start patching everything together, putting the jigsaw together, and let me know what success that you have. Thanks so much, and have a great evening.